Welcome to Wrestling Goons Radio. Today is Saturday, March the 7th, 2015. I'm here with Mark Pitts, and we are going to be talking about the road to WrestleMania and the card that it kind of is shaping up to be. Nothing's really finalized and stone yet, but we have a pretty good idea of the direction they're going. Mark, you're enjoying the road so far?
Um, it's starting to pick up a lot, especially since this past week on Raw and SmackDown. SmackDown was pretty good. So yeah, they're definitely picking up business.
Yeah, I agree. So far, what do you think that the number one thing that's standing out that you're looking the most forward to?
Definitely seeing what all's going to happen with the Intercontinental title. I think
Yes.
that it's been on multiple segments on multiple shows for at least a week and a half now.
All right, let's go
And
ahead and
so,
we can actually start with that. Let's go ahead and just make that our first match we cover because it's obviously what everybody wants to see. Mark, try to name the participants that we have so far in this match.
okay, so from what we're gathering on television right now, it's going to be Bad News Barrett coming in. He might not even come in with his title, but he is the Intercontinental Champion. Then we have R-Truth, we have Dolph Ziggler, we have Dean Ambrose, we have Luke Harper, then we have Daniel Bryan. And then on SmackDown, we found out that Stardust is coming on, and so that's the people that we have in stone right now that we're thinking is going to.
And Goldust then sent out a tweet that said three-time Intercontinental Champion. And
Yeah.
I have a feeling he could be another person that goes into this mix. I don't know how many we're going to end up with, guys. I mean, we can end up with 15 people before this thing is all said and done. Who do you think's going to win? Who's your odds-on favorite if you had to pick early?
Wow. I would probably have to say Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose.
I think that they're leading into it being an all-star type match, but I think Dean's gonna get it, especially since the match between him and Barrett ended in like a DQ, no finish type last.
Yeah. I don't think anybody needs it more than Dean in that match. Like, he needs, and I feel weird saying that a mid-card title is something he needs, but, because if you remember, his run as the U.S. champion was probably one of the most boring U.S. title runs in the history of the U.S. title. I mean, it was a snooze
But they
fest.
gave him the U.S. title like reign pretty much of like how many days was it? Almost a year.
Yeah, but he only had like 5 defenses, it felt like. Like,
Yeah,
he never had a
that is
match,
true.
ever. Man, and I don't know what they were thinking back then. Like, you had a guy that could work his butt off, and he never did anything. He never had any important matches. It made no sense at the time. I think the obvious, fans' favorite would be Daniel Bryan. Even though, I've heard a lot of people say that if Daniel Bryan wins the IC title, it would bring some legitimacy to it. And I agree, it would. And who would have thought, like I said on the last episode, that there's a chance that Daniel Bryan and John Cena could be your mid-card champions? That's wow.
That would be something.
Wow. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go Dean Ambrose too, actually, because I don't think anybody needs a more. I feel bad for Barrett. Like, Wade had to miss all this time. He finally got his belt back. And they just made poor Wade look like a broken man by the end of the storyline. Like, the way they had him leaning on the announce table on Raw when his title got stolen, I was dying. I almost had tears coming out. It's hilarious stuff. And R-Truth, I think, somebody sent in the goons. Props to R-Truth. Like, can we just get more R-Truth? He is hilarious.
R-Truth is funny, but what I was going to say about the Bad News Barrett, do you think that they're trying to do that to get him some more sympathy? further along his push as a face?
That would be smart, because the crowd wants to cheer him, like they don't want to boo him. I hate that he doesn't come out and just mark on the bad news gimmick all the time like he used to, because that's what got him over. Like, he should have the 500-foot podium, and he should walk out and tell everybody the first thing he should say should always be, "I've got some bad news," and that's the gimmick. Don't change it. Don't. If the wheel ain't broke, don't reinvent it. Just go with it. Anyway, what else we got on this card after this match?
So, the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
So obviously they're going to try to do something between The Miz and Mizdow.
I'm going to pray that they do something different than last year and not take the winner and totally bury them to irrelevancy. That's what I'm going to hope. So, this is going to turn it.
Gonna win it?
If it happens twice in a row, then I'm going to call it the new man curse. That's what I'm going to do. Because if you win this thing, you're doomed. But, if I had to say now, you know what? Axelmania. This guy is over. And if he wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal after saying he was never eliminated from the Royal Rumble, come on. That would be a great story. The fans want to see Mizdow, and obviously I would not be against that. I think that would be great. But if I had to pick, I'd go Curtis Axel.
So who do you think is going to be the final, let's say, 3 or 4?
Final 3 or 4. I'm going to go Miz and Mizdow. They're going to be two of... I think they're going to find a way to, get in a squabble and get double eliminated. Like, maybe Axel could eliminate both of them at the same time. Because they're fighting with each other. Maybe that could be how it ends. So I would go Curtis Axel and Mizdow and Miz being the final 3.
Okay. Well, that's actually who I was going to have as the final 3.
Cool.
Except I'm going to go take it a step further. I'm going to say the final 4 is going to be Miz, Mizdow, Ryback, and Curtis Axel.
Okay.
And I think Ryback is actually going to be the one to get eliminated last by Curtis Axel.
So Curtis Axel is your winner too?
Yes.
All right. Yes.
I wasn't the biggest Curtis Axelmania Don't Change the Channel fan at first.
Oh yeah.
Like I said last week, he didn't show any charisma.
Right.
This past Monday Night on Raw, first time that I've seen him come to life on the television screen.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm with you, man. It felt like in the very first of the gimmick that he was walking through it like he didn't really want to do it, but he really got into it. And when he ripped the shirt off, I died. Like when he ripped off the Axelmania shirt, I was like, this guy's over. That's it. He's main man right now. And you know what I like the most about it? They're not having to play out the fact that he's Mr. Perfect Son. Like, as much as I want them to go that route, if they're not going to, you can't go there halfway. Like, you can't change the guy's name and make nothing about Mr. Perfect with him, but still, hint that he's Mr. Perfect Son. It doesn't work that way. So, if you're not going to go that way, then don't go that way at all. And he's making his own name right now, which I like. So, we gotta go. We're 2 for 2, Mark. We got the 2 of the same winners in the first 2 matches.
So, after this, let's go with the tag team division.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to challenge Tyson Kidd and Cesaro?
Man, I tell you who I hope it's not. I hope it's not the Usos. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think the Usos should get another shot. And if they do, I think it should be a multi-team.
So, I mean, the obvious choice would be the Ascension, which I hope not, because I don't think they're anywhere near ready for that yet. Because I can't really name any other tag teams. Who the heck are you going to name? Can you name it? Can you name the tag division right now, Mark? Because I can't.
Yeah, I can name the tag division.
Alright, go ahead. Give us a shot. Throw us some names out.
The primetime players.
Okay.
We got the Los Matadors.
Yep.
We got
I
the
can't believe
Ascension.
I count. Okay, go
We
ahead.
got the Usos,
Yep.
Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
Alright, they're the champs, so.
And honestly, unless you've actually watched Main Event, which the Lucha Dragons have been on Main Event, so
Okay.
I mean, I guess we could consider them.
Yeah, I don't think
maybe,
they're gonna
maybe
get a
not.
title shot, though, so.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to get a title shot. But I believe that's it right at the moment.
Yeah, that's not a lot, and that's the
5, 6 teams.
yeah, we're at slim pickings. That's the point. Is that we like who knew you put them? I guess you hope the Dudleys come back. That's what you hope. Like if you get the Dudleys.
That'd be an epic showdown right there.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Give me some Dudleys, and I'm good to go.
Then at the end of the match, after Tyson Kidd and Cesaro win, then you can have the Ascension do a walk-in and destroy House, leading into the, I guess, a build-up between the Ascension and Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
Yeah, because that's what they're used to doing is easy paydays. They love easy paydays. It's the Ascension. Holy crap. I don't know if you remember, like, most of their NXT run. Like, they always fought the guy that didn't have an entrance music and they beat him in like a minute and a half. Like, I really want to see these guys work a half-hour match. I want to see if they can go for a while.
Oh, them versus the Lucha Dragons was, I mean, I enjoyed it.
It was an alright match. It was pretty decent. And I will say that as far as selling goes, like, they made Finn Balor and Hideo Itami look like $1 million. So,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give them that much. But on the main roster, they've come off terrible. They've come off boring. Like, they used the egos that they had at NXT. They didn't change anything because it worked down there. But the crowd up here isn't buying it. Like, they're not intimidated by these guys. They don't take them serious. They get no reaction. I'm hoping it works, but I think they're going to have to change a few things. I really do.
I think that they made them too cartoonish coming up.
Yeah.
I think that they tried to rely too much on old school Demolition, old school Hawk and Animal.
I think it feels like they're doing that.
Cartoonish.
It feels like they're doing that with a lot of the product in general. Somehow, I feel like we went back in time before Vince gave that promo about insulting our intelligence. In 97, I believe it was. I think we have gone a step back before then. Like, I feel like that's where the product went back to where everything... It still has a lot of hints of realism in it, but at the same time, there is a lot of cartoonish segments and cartoonish spots and matches, and I hate that, man. I really, really hate that. That's when I didn't watch WWE. Like, I watched WCW growing up, because I hate that, give me something that, and especially in an era now where I can grab the remote and turn to 530 channels if I want to. Like, you gotta do a lot to maintain my interest. Obviously not, because I still watch wrestling every single week. But, you know what I mean? I just wish it was better.
I mean, if they had a show like they did this past Monday night every single week, there's no reason why they couldn't have the 6.0 viewerships again.
I agree, but they got to do it consistently, and that's the problem. You see, and that's the problem. Like, for as good as this one was, I can turn it on next Monday night, and I can complain about 13 of the 15 segments. You know what I mean? Like, I could not complain about one segment this past week. There wasn't one. I went up and down. Even the dumb segments were like, oh, this is probably going to be dumb. They delivered. So I was like, okay, that was actually a good segment. Wow. Normally I can't do that at all. Normally I can burn at least one thing in every segment. So I really can't expect them to do that on a regular basis.
Yeah, I don't think that they can deliver that. I think that they'll try to up into WrestleMania and then the following week after, and then I think it'll start dying back down.
Yeah, that's
which is sad because the roster that they have is so talented.
And it's the same roster. Like, why can't you tell me that, same interesting story? You have the same characters. Like, whenever I'm watching Gotham every week, I don't have to wonder if the next episode of Gotham is gonna be good because I know all the characters that I loved before are in it. So I'm gonna watch the next week. I feel like it's gonna be a good episode. Great, because all my favorite people are in it. I can't say that when I watch the WWE. That is terrible. And you can really only blame the writers, but you know, we do that all the time here at Wrestling News Radio. So, alright, Mark, what do we got next after the tag match?
Alright, so next, what about this United States Championship? Obviously, we're going to have Rusev,
Yeah.
but we don't know who he's going to be against.
Yeah.
We have a strong feeling that it's going to be against John Cena.
Yeah.
But
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Mania is challenging Rusev this next Monday night on Raw.
Who is?
Curtis Axel. Axel Mania.
Curtis
is
Axel
going-
is challenging Rusev. See, I did not know that. I have a feeling that Curtis Axel is going to tap out on Raw.
I have a feeling that it's not going to get to that, and John Cena comes in and destroys Axel Mania and ruins the match just so he can give it in to Rusev.
That is pretty probably what's going to happen. Seeing how that's also how he did not win the Royal Rumble. So, okay, I can see that. Either way, I definitely think that, spoiler alert, John Cena, Rusev.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know what? I don't want it to happen. But if it does, I'm just gonna have to be okay with John Cena winning. And I know a lot of people, and I don't know where this has come from. Because from 2005, if you ask anybody, you think John Cena's gonna lose? They'll be like, probably not. Now everybody's convinced that after he lost to Rusev, that he's gonna lose again. When have you ever known John Cena to lose 2 in a row? When? I'll tell you when. Never. Ever.
I don't know. The year that he had the losing streak when Punk was actually in the... Did he lose two pay-per-views in a row that year?
If he did, it wasn't
I know he had a bad losing streak.
If he did, it wasn't clean losses. You know what I mean? Punk did have a lot, but it wasn't because he whooped his ass. Like, Punk was dirty and snuck away with a lot of those wins. So, Rusev just straight up dominated him. Like, you can say what you want about Brock Lesnar hitting the 16 Germans and that was the most domination ever seen to ever, blah, blah, blah. Rusev had that man stand up and then fall into a coma. There's no more domination than that right there. So, I think Rusev made him look worse than Brock did, in all honesty. I cannot see him doing it twice. I just can't.
So you got Cena booked in as your U.S. champion.
Cena
headed
leaving
into
as a
Raw.
U.S. champ, yes.
I'm gonna have to go away from that. I think Rusev takes it to him twice.
Wow.
I mean, he may not. Okay, I'll say this. I see Rusev coming out of Mania as the U.S. champ.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily mean that he wins. He could win, or he could lose by DQ or count out, whatever. They might pull some of that, like, crap that they normally do at Mania.
Yeah.
But I see Rusev still coming out as champ.
By the way, FYI, that makes me more mad than anything because I already complained about the quote, "Dusty finish" on a Raw or a SmackDown. It already makes me mad enough when you do it on those, but when you do it on a main card pay-per-view, then that really infuriates me because I'm supposed to get, the big long investment blowout. But if you have the gall to give me a dirty finish at WrestleMania, you make me want to go into Stanford and blow the place up. Seriously. Like, oh my goodness. I'm not even going to get started on that. That's another podcast for another time. The Dusty finish. Holy crap. Alright, Mark. So yeah, here's one we finally disagree on. So.
Yeah.
Alright, what do you got next on the card?
Alrighty, so how about a Randy Orton versus a Seth Rollins?
Oh boy. The feud
And
that I have
so,
carried.
so boring that I had almost forgot to put it on the card the first time.
Exactly. We did not even have it on the rundown, folks. We had to throw this in. And that doesn't upset me at all because if you've listened to the last two episodes, you're aware that I'm sick of the WWE insulting my intelligence, which is what they are doing right now with this storyline. Randy Orton has no reason at all other than like, haha, I'm in the authority. Look at me, and I'm gonna tear it up from the inside out. Uh, it's dumb. I hate it a lot, so much. I can't tell you enough. I hope the match is better than the build-up, and I assume that it will be. Randy's winning. Spoiler alert. RKO out of nowhere. Hashtag. Um, Mark, who you got? I got Randy Orton, and I think it'll be a good match. I think they're gonna put on. I've never seen Seth wrestle a bad match. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it'll be a great match. I think Seth can come out of nowhere and put on a terrific match with anybody. I think on the roster.
How do you feel
Randy
about the
is gonna
build-up,
be
though?
what is going to be his first match back.
Yeah.
His first official match back would be at WrestleMania. And you're right, RKO's out of nowhere. I think he ends up probably doing maybe 3 RKOs. I think J&J get RKO'd as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do a distraction. I think they get RKO'd. I think Seth gets RKO'd off the top rope.
I mean, I can even see Big Show and Kane coming out and catching too.
Yeah, they might catch one as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Randy Orton's back. The Apex Predator back as a face.
Which I hate. I could not be more against. I get it, but God, the roster is lacking heels so much. And you don't need him with the authority to be a heel. You can have him be a heel against the authority, and he could still be a heel, because once you attack Daniel Bryan, and you attack Roman Reigns, and you attack John Cena, guess what you're gonna get? Booed. They're gonna boo you.
Well, do we get tweener Randy?
I would do that. I would do that more than face or heel. I would go in the middle. Because even if you do face Randy Orton, he's not really a face. Like, he's still dirty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate it. I hate in the build-up. I will say, like, for as much as I crap on the writing, this has been the worst story they've told, and I would have to go back and look over some of the bad ones, but it's up there for me. So, I guess that leads us to the main event, doesn't it?
Well,
what else?
we also got
We got the
the
Divas. Oh, see there, why do I do that? I always forget the Divas.
the Divas.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
we got some kind of combination. I believe that they're leading into an AJ and Paige versus the Bellas.
Yeah,
Although I also heard some rumors about it might be a fatal 4-way for the title. It doesn't look that way to me right now. It looks to be a tag team match between AJ and Paige and the Bellas.
yeah. I would rather see a fatal 4-way, that way that you do kill two birds with one stone with getting the Bellas separated again, because I don't even know why the hell they put them back together. And I don't know why AJ and Paige would be together either, because we want to see them fight all the time. You know what? Why even have a Divas tag match if you don't have Divas tag titles? Just my opinion. Like, I don't understand what the point is. Like, oh, we're gonna have a tag match, but there's nothing to fight for.
In order to hashtag give Divas a chance.
Yeah,
They just feel like the more Divas that they throw into the match, hey, at least we're not going to get like a 10 women's tag team match like we normally get, okay? So be thankful that it's just like 2 of the top 4 Divas in the locker room.
do you feel like that a women's tag title division would help elevate the division?
They don't have enough Divas that can actually go.
I think they
in
do
my
once they
opinion.
bring the NXT people up.
Oh, if they brought the NXT people up, then I could definitely see that. I think we could get a Bailey, Emma, AJ Page, Bellas,
I'm
a
really
Natty
digging
and
their
Charlotte. That would a Heart and a Flair together on the same team. What? That'd be cool.
What do you think of Emma's promo to Bailey on NXT this week, by the way?
I'm so sad at what they did to Emma.
Yeah, Emma was sad too, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. She probably had some spunk to her. I like
Yeah,
how she was like, look where that got me. I was like, oh man, dang, you're right. Look where that did get you.
I know, right? After we see you powerbomb Paige on the NXT Rivals and go through this amazing 15-minute title match, and then you go up to Raw and you're stuck with Santino. Haha.
Yeah, lovely. Oh man. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with obviously, spoiler alert, AJ and Paige are gonna win. The heels usually don't come out at top on WrestleMania, so
Yeah, they normally don't, but obviously AJ and Paige are two of the top divas
yeah,
in the division, and it will give Nikki and Brie some credit. They've greatly improved since they returned from their vacancy or whatever. A year and a half, maybe 2 years ago.
yeah.
They've really stepped up the game, and that's thanks to their husband and boyfriend.
Yep, they really have. Kudos to hashtag John Cena and Daniel Bryan. We're gonna go with now the match that I skipped over. I didn't mean to, but I did mean to. Triple H and Sting. Mark, are you looking forward to this at all?
Oh man, it's been quite cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it. It's been quite cheesy. I think the match will deliver more than what most people are expecting. Although I really don't know. I don't know how much nostalgia most people. I guess your IWC Mark is probably thinking that this match is going to blow.
Yep.
But I think that your average WWE fan is going to be like, oh my, it's Sting in the ring. He's old.
I have been so shocked at how many people are excited for this. Like, there are so many people that believe this match is going to... I heard one person say that it was going to be number one on the card. It was going to be the one match. Like, they said, I got one person that is going to pay $54. Like, they're going to go and pay the whole WrestleMania price, and Sting is the reason they're doing it. Like, I want to put it into words, but as you can see, I can't. I don't... Like, what do you expect this man to do? Okay, I watched him wrestle in TNA, right? Ever since he was there. Every week. I know what he's capable of. And these people are not getting the Sting from 1992. It's not happening. He's not there. That Sting is not walking through that door, in the words of Rick Pitino. Triple H ain't gonna do a good job of selling, because who sells better than Triple H? But Sting's gonna probably throw a lot of punches, throw a lot of kicks. There's gonna be some weapons involved. They'll do a sword fight with a sledgehammer in the back. Sting will somehow make the bat overcome the sledgehammer, and he's gonna hit him with
Don't forget the chops.
Yeah, don't forget the chops. God. Well, you know what? For all the crap that Cena and Roman Reigns get for their 5 moves of doom, I challenge somebody right now to give me Sting's moveset. So if you listen to this, comment on the group on the bottom of this and list all the Sting's moveset. I dare you. Thank you. So Sting's gonna win. That's my prediction.
Oh yeah, I think I saw like maybe yesterday or whatnot. Triple H's WrestleMania record is 8-11. Well, you can make that 8-12 after this.
Yeah.
Sting's definitely gonna win. I'm somewhat looking forward to it because I want to see how well the people down at the Performance Center have gotten Sting into shape.
Yeah.
Triple H obviously he's going to be carrying the match. He's going to be calling the match. It's but like you said, he's going to sell really well to Sting, and should be pretty decent match, I believe. It for an older Sting, I'll say it's going to be a decent match for in the case of Sting. I don't think it's going to be one of Triple H's top matches, but Sting possibly.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're before the main event. The only thing we have left would be Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker.
Yes, Creepy versus Creepy 2.
Question 1. Will we see The Undertaker before WrestleMania?
Do you want to see him on a Titantron, or do you want to see him actually at a live event?
We'll go either or. Which one do you think can happen?
I don't think he's going to be at a live event. I think he'll have his promos. I think he'll have maybe a week's worth of promos, like a SmackDown and a Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Maybe they'll start it this coming up week with the Urn, or after the Urn got brought into it. Who knows? But I think you'll see him on a promo. I don't think you'll see him in real life. Not until Mania.
My hope is that they just send a bunch of cryptic messages back and forth, because you had Bray sending nothing but cryptic messages this whole time, so you would hope that The Undertaker has some cryptic messages to send back. Like I've said to a couple other times in this build-up, it reminds me eerily of the WrestleMania 20 build-up with Kane, where Undertaker didn't show up till the very end, and he brought back all of the symbols that reminded the crowd, hey, I'm not the American Badass, I'm the Undertaker, that's who I am, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm hoping that's the route they go with it. As far as the match goes, this is going to be the opposite of Seth Randy for me, where I'm all into the build-up. The build-up has got me so sold. But the match itself, my expectations are about as low as you can get, because what can Bray really do with The Undertaker, and what can The Undertaker really do with life itself? So, I don't really know, man. I'm going to go with The Undertaker winning, though, because I don't think that, I just can't see him losing 2 years in a row. I can't.
Do you think that it's going to be some kind of gimmick match?
Possibly a casket match. I can see that. Especially with Bray rolling out the casket week after week and nailing one himself. What about you?
I don't know. I just think that since the streak's over with, I think Taker's gonna give that rub to the creepy side and to the fearful side, and maybe let Bray take one, possibly in a casket match. I'm hoping that it's gonna be a casket match anyway.
The ultimate swerve of all would be that if we don't see Undertaker until WrestleMania, and we find out that the Urn controls the Undertaker like the old days, and he becomes under the power of Bray Wyatt, that would be the ultimate swerve for me.
That would be pretty epic.
Yeah.
Actually, you use the Urn during the match to defeat the Undertaker.
Yeah, you can actually make him lay down by having the Urn. That would be pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Do you think that the rest of the Wyatt family gets involved?
I don't. I don't think that he's going to have any old or new members. I think they're pretty sold on Rowan being a face now. And I'm okay with it, because the crowd somehow likes this guy, and so do I. So, I'm sold on it. They need to do something with Harper, though. Like, bad. Like, Luke Harper is floundering on the roster right now. I'm hoping that he makes himself relevant again in this IC match. So, that's my plan for him. But yeah, I don't see them helping Bray Wyatt. I'm hoping that maybe he has some new members of the family, though.
Yeah.
What about you? You think anybody interferes on either one of their behalf?
I did for a while, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that would actually help Bray. in the long run.
Right.
So I think that they let him take this one by himself.
Gotcha. And you got Bray meeting the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are.
Although honestly, I really, it really wouldn't matter to me either way. But I just think that Mark Calloway is going to give the rub to Bray.
I would want Bray to win. I just don't think that he will. That'll bring us to the match that probably nobody cares about drastically, but everybody had to watch to wonder what happens. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, or as I like to call it, the Paul Heyman build-up, because that's what this whole story has been. And Paul Heyman selling it, and Paul Heyman can sell me Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I would pay money to watch it. So, I'm gonna go with the obvious. Brock Lesnar is not returning to WWE, and I think he will be dropping the title to Roman Reigns. Now, everybody seems to think that Seth Rollins is cashing in after the match, possibly with Brock, getting angry and destroying Roman and leaving him there, blah, blah, blah. I don't see that. I think they're going to let Roman have his moment. Maybe Seth will cash in the next night. Or, I think he'll wait till Money in the Bank, to be honest. But, we'll see. I got Roman winning, though, and leaving Mania as the champ. Mark?
I am not sold on Lesnar leaving yet.
Right.
I think Paul Heyman can swerve anybody. And I think that, it's not a lie. He really can go to UFC fights if he wants to. He could go to a TNA taping if he wants to.
Yep.
Go to Ring of Honor if he would like to. I don't think anywhere in his contract that says that you can go to a different sporting event to go watch it.
No.
Now, like Punk, whenever Punk was signed with WWE, he wanted to actually walk a fighter down, and they told him that he couldn't do that. So I think actually being involved in it would be different. I'm not completely sold that Lesnar is leaving right after Mania. And we talked last week about them leaking stuff on purpose, and we think that some things get leaked on purpose just to kind of throw everybody off their scent.
Yep.
And I think that him no-showing Raw and all that might possibly be something about that, or maybe it really was some kind of dispute about the contract. But I think that the contract is going probably to be signed. I don't think that it'll be a full year contract. I think it'll probably be a 6-month contract to SummerSlam. I think he'll drop it at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't see. I think that Paul Heyman likes to shock people, and what bigger shock than us all thinking that Brock Lesnar is going to leave WrestleMania, and we know for a fact, right, that Roman Reigns is going to win this match.
Guaranteed.
But he doesn't.
Right.
And then what happens? Then we got another one of those like faces like, this isn't supposed to happen. Brock Lesnar went off script. That's what happened. He just told him he wasn't going to do that. So Paul Heyman likes to have people talk.
I don't feel like that if there's anything that was released on the dirt sheets that happened in a WWE locker room or behind the scenes, I don't think it's an accident. I really don't. I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think they play us like a fiddle. And I love it. I want them to play me. I want you to fool me and have me thinking it's going this way, and then when I watch it, I go, holy crap, what happened? That's what I want to happen. I don't want to watch it to where, like, the last 10 minutes of a show, I can tell you what's going to happen spot for spot. Like, that's boring to me. And, like, if the match ends that way, where, like, I see Brock getting over in the corner, get ready to go for the bull run, and he runs right into a spear, that's going to piss me off. with a simple button, and I hate that. So, I'm gonna go with Roman winning though, and you got Brock. Mark, any final thoughts you want to lead, or you think you're gonna be happy or sad by the end of the night that you watched it?
I think that it'll be a pretty good night, to be honest. It looks to be a pretty strong card. So far, what they've got built up, I think that it'll be a pretty nice night. Hopefully, they don't give us too many of those 18-second and 23-second matches. Because if I get a lot more of those, then I'm gonna be upset. But yeah, I think that it'll be a pretty nice night. Do you think that there will be? I know we got a pretty full booked up card, but what about pre-show? Do you see any particular match on a pre-show that you might want to see? That you probably will see.
Probably gonna see maybe like a Daddy Naomi type thing again. I can see them going that route. Golly, man, like with Eric Rowan, he's got to do something. Yeah, maybe New Day. You know, they could throw them in some crap. As far as what I want to see though,
NXT?
huh?
Do you think that we'll see anyone from NXT like they had been talking about?
That would
doing?
be cool. Like if they, especially if they did that on the pre-show, then I would watch. I don't think it'll be like a title match or anything like that. Like, I mean, we may get like, you know, guys that are traveling with the main roster already, like in a Tyler Breeze, Sami Zayn match, which I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that'll be a pretty good match.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Something small to just get everyone like to notice them.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, folks, we are going to have another NXT show on March 25th. So, I'm pretty sure, yeah, me and Mark may want to do an NXT review after that show. We may want to cover that on the podcast by itself. You alright with that, Mark?
Oh yeah, I'm down for an NXT review.
That sounds good, guys. Well, that'll do it for this one. We hope that you are ready for WrestleMania like we are. We'll be back with another Raw podcast this week, coming up on the show on probably Wednesday night. We're going to drop it, so it'll be ready to go by Thursday. Be sure to be checking out for it. Mark, any last words?
Hopefully they deliver again this coming up Monday Night Raw, and we can have a great road to WrestleMania.
And it's my hope too. Alright, well, for Mark and myself, we will catch you on the flip side.